And also you have a coin in your hand with the Knight of Pentacles. You already have everything you need to move forward with this. You have the talent, you have the skill, you have the potential, whatever that represents. You have the dream, you have the vision, you have the drive. It is all here. Cancer, happy birthday. Wow, your birthday astrology this year is about opening up the vault to bounty and treasure. Now, is this going to be the year where you feel like you've stepped into the TV show lifestyles of the rich and famous? Well, you did have lucky Jupiter hanging out at 29 degrees of your sign at the start of your birthday season. And that is a degree in astrology known as the Millionaire degree. That's pretty cool. But I also think that your year ahead is about a happy situation coming into your life that is worth its weight in gold. And I think it has to do with manifesting a dream in your life you have held onto for a very long time. Is this the year it manifests? Very possibly. So let's see what this 29th millionaire degree of Jupiter is all about for you. Now, 29th degree in astrology is a very powerful degree because it's the culmination. It's the end of that particular house or that particular sign. So it's very powerful when it comes to nurturing. That's Cancerian energy, right? Your growth, your expansion. Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. It loves to be there. It helps grow whatever seeds you're putting into the ground. So let's see what we need to know about that for you. And remember, this energy is in play for your whole year ahead because this is a solar return reading. All right, we have the beautiful star. And it says number 29. Number 29 just popped out. Hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. Yes. And I do think very happy changes are on the way for you, not just with your finances, but also in other ways. I'll get to that in a moment. But interesting. We got the number 29. So whatever hard times you have been going through, you are wishing upon a star. You are following your inner guidance system to your true north, what you are supposed to be headed toward. And the promise of your solar return reading of what you're supposed to be headed toward is this Jupiter in Cancer, 29 degree, millionaire degree. So let's see what you need to know about that, Cancer. So remember, this is not a guarantee that a year from now, you're going to wake up a millionaire. No. Okay. We are saying, how do we use the energies to bring as much abundance into our lives as possible using the astrology? Okay. But it is very special to have that energy in your solar return reading. All right. Let's see what we need to know about this and hard times being over and manifesting more abundance for yourself. The Chariot, the Hermit, Page of Swords in your heart, the Three of Wands, and the Hierophant. Okay. Wow. I mean, you have been on a spiritual journey. Absolutely. With this Chariot, which is your energy, and then this Hermit. But you also have been on a journey to change your mind. That's the other thing. To get out of some sort of pessimism. You maybe have been on a hard, solitary road of some kind. That's also possible here with this Chariot Hermit. But that is, as the card was saying here, hard times are over. So you are on the road to a brighter future. Absolutely, with this Chariot. And it is a lot about you feeling like you're in charge again of your life. Maybe you have felt that you were just being tossed about by the winds of fate and you didn't know if you were coming or you're going. In this year ahead, that's very, very different. You are in charge of where you are going. And you do want, I think, some sort of greater alignment with spirit. I mean, you're already very spiritually aligned, but with this Hermit here, I think you are informing your financial decisions with how it makes you feel spiritually in terms of, is it the right path for you to take? This Hermit Chariot, like it needs to feel aligned with your spirit, whatever way you are making this money, calling this money in, creating this abundance for yourself. This is not just make money to make money. This is it. It's part of a spiritual journey that you are on. And, maybe part of the spiritual journey you are on, because we also have the Hierophant over here, again, another spiritual energy, is to allow more abundance into your life in some way. Okay. Depending on your personal situation. We have the Page of Swords in your heart. So this is like a whole new mindset about what is possible for you. And I do think you're feeling much more optimistic with this star card. Like it says, abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and prosperity. You're feeling more in charge. And also look at this beautiful golden ship coming in here with this 3 of Wands. Now, this could be 3 weeks from you're watching this reading, 3 months from when you're watching this reading. But this is something associated with the business world. This is something you have been wishing and hoping for here. You have been holding it in your heart, holding it steady, wanting it to manifest, and the golden ship of opportunity. And if you look at this ship, it's an old-fashioned ship. Does it have a treasure chest on there filled of bounty? Yes, I think it does for you. But it's also about how you're using your energy with this Chariot here and keeping your eye on the prize, staying optimistic, staying aligned with also what works for you spiritually with this Hermit. And then we have this beautiful Hierophant, which is your 11th house of personal gains, contracts, commitments. There could be a very important contract in your future with this Page of Swords, 3 of Wands, and Hierophant that is showing up. So you could be, signing up for a new career position. You could be signing up for a raise. You could be signing up for some way to manage your money that's more aligned. There could be buying, selling that is going on here. But it is about keeping the faith. And I think with the Hierophant, and the Hermit, you have been keeping the faith. And that faith, which also kind of ties in with the star, this energy, I think, is being rewarded. That's part of the bounty that's in your treasure chest, is that you didn't give up. You kept going, even, these many years. I mean, this could even be going back like at least the last 7 years. And you didn't give up. You kept going and you stayed true to yourself. I mean, that's the other thing. And then this personal gains, like there could be important monetary treasures coming to you, perhaps also from something creatively that you do on your own. That is another possibility if that applies to you. Because also we have this Page of Swords of the communication, the writing, etc., in your heart. But also, this is your energy, the Chariot. So this is about your personal goals and the road that you want to be on for this particular prosperity and treasure. So let's get a little more information about this 3 of Wands that's coming in for you. Now, that is Aries energy. That is your 10th house of career and being in the public. So there could be, like I said, some sort of career advancement, some new road opening up in your career or your public profile in some way. Right, let's see. Wow. 4 of Cups, eye on the prize, and the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Both of these aligned with your energy, and notice it's cups. And I'm sure you're sitting there watching this going, but Stella, I thought we were talking about money. We are talking about money. But here's the thing too. Being aligned emotionally and feeling happier is also what can bring in the abundance, and nurturing yourself and what you're good at, what you're happy doing. That's the other thing. That's also what I was talking about over here. And these energies support that. You kept your vision with this 3 of Wands. I mean, this is what we're saying here. You kept hope alive, even though maybe the things that were coming in were really not aligned for you. I feel you're getting a second chance with something. And this also ties in with the Mercury retrograde I'm going to talk about in a minute. That's in your sign for your solar return. But this gorgeous Ace of Cups. So an offer that feels very aligned for you. There could even be 2. I mean, We have a cup here and a cup here. Chariot, we have two possibilities also. So there could be two golden ships coming in on the horizon for you, or two big pieces of news, treasure, bounty. I mean, I did title your video Treasure and Bounty. And this card that we had did say abundance. So yeah, you're not just getting one, you're getting two. Aces for me are about the self. So this is also saying that you are really choosing this. You feel happy and aligned with these particular things that are coming in. You're not settling for shenanigans. The universe is delivering you solid golden possibilities. There's a lot of healing energy with this too. That is the other thing. It's like, it's not that money heals our wounds, but as I said earlier, money can absolutely solve problems. And when we solve problems that require money to solve them, it does make us feel better. So that's another layer of looking at this particular energy. So treasure isn't just what comes to you. It's also what you're choosing to invest your heart, your time, your gifts, and resources in. And we do have Jupiter now in Leo, right? Because it went in there June 30th. It left your sign. I will be doing a whole, video on that for the signs. So we're going to look more at the Jupiter in Leo opposite Pluto in Aquarius. So Jupiter in Leo is your second house of money and what you value. Pluto is retrograde now in your 8th house of other people's resources. So this is energy that's saying also that treasure isn't just superficial. Yeah, it's not just pentacles, gold doubloons. Treasure has depth. It has value. It asks you to recognize what is truly precious in your life, what you value, in other words, and to invest your energy wisely. So when you have an opposition in astrology, those two planets that are involved, it can act as a mirror. They're reflecting one another in the sky. We have Jupiter over here in Leo, Pluto over here in Aquarius, and Pluto is holding up a mirror to your values and saying, have you been settling for less? That's got to stop. And Jupiter is saying, well, I know what my value is. I know what I want to create. I want that bounty in my life, that treasure. How do I go about getting it? And Pluto is also about transformation, transforming not what you want, but transforming what you're willing to accept. And maybe what you've been accepting from other people, the universe, your boss, whoever pays your paycheck, etc., has been less than optimal. And Pluto can also be about getting rid of stuff that just can't grow anymore. That's toxic. Whereas Jupiter in Leo, your second house, wants to grow new things of value. All right, let's see what we have. We have a couple of cards. Wow. Look at these two beautiful energies. We have potential, trying out your wings, budding talent, restlessness, air travel, upward progress, beautiful. And then we have courage, move past the fear. Look at the Leo showing up here. Right mindset, taking steps, stand out, help others, and credit. Wow, we have Pluto. We have transition. We have ending and beginning, new job, quit, fired, moving, inherit, etc. Okay, yeah. So there is a transition for the better, because remember, we have this. And if we look at this star card here as Aquarius energy, that is where Pluto is. We got the Pluto showing up here. So you are transforming. Hard times are over. That's the transition we're moving into. And it is going to require a little courage to cut loose, maybe some limiting beliefs about yourself, what you deserve. People who are not respecting your own values, that's another possibility, who are trying to drag your energy down and saying, no, Cancer, you can't have that, or you can't do that, or whatever. Who are just plain jealous. And also this trying out your wings, I think, is beautiful, because this is about some new potential within you, and I'm going to talk about this next with Mercury and Cancer, a potential treasure that already exists within you, and you are bringing it out again, finally, differently, whatever the case may be. You are ready to explore this potential in your life to be abundant. But yes, there is something that is going to probably be changing in your life as a result. So let us see what we need to know about that. So it could be certain ways you have put up with certain conditions or people or situations, and you're like, no more of that. No more of that. Not if I want to get where I want to go with that chariot. Look, the Three of Wands again. The Knight of Coins. Nothing is going to stand in your way. It's a thing. Look, the Ace of Cups again. Do you see this? Nine of Coins, Virgo. Five of Coins, the Hangman, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. I feel you're leaving someone or some situation behind. Absolutely. The Five of Coins here is that. That's not about your money. Your money is showing up here as the Nine of Coins. And also you have a coin in your hand with the Knight of Pentacles. You already have everything you need to move forward with this. You have the talent, you have the skill, you have the potential, whatever that represents. You have the dream, you have the vision, you have the drive. It is all here. And I do think you have the courage, as I was saying before, and you are aligned. Whatever this is, this Ace of Cups twice, you are so aligned with your prosperity, with your abundance, what you can call in for yourself. But yes, that Pluto opposite to Jupiter, there is a powerful change that is required. And the changes, and I think of what has been existing in your life up to this point that you've just been tolerating, as I've been saying. Okay, so the next thing is going to be implementation in the outer world. You are already done with something, I think, in your heart. You want a fresh start. And now it's going to be literally, this is finished. Okay, because I have other things that I am going to be doing. So I think you're closing out a cycle here of sacrifice. That's also this Hangman. You're closing out a cycle where you felt stuck and you couldn't expand into new horizons. This is your ninth house after all, this Pisces Hangman energy. As I said, this Five of Coins, you're moving out of that, but I also feel that somebody is going to be butthurt, as the saying goes, because you're like, no, I got to tend my own garden here. And the people I invite into my new garden are going to be people who are really aligned with my energy, my values, what I am creating in the world. They are supporting my potential. They are not trying to keep me stuck or hold me back in some way. And so there could be something that happens maybe slightly dramatically with this Knight of Wands, or it could just move on very quickly, where you're also maybe physically removed, or they are physically removed from your environment with this Chariot and this Knight of Wands. But also this situation comes in very quickly to get unstuck from whatever this, financial situation has been, whatever these hard times have been for you, as we talked about with this Star card. So this is gorgeous. And again, we have this Virgo energy showing up here. This is your house of your mind, your communications, your thoughts. And we know thoughts become things. Thoughts become your treasure. Thoughts become your bounty in the year ahead. Your words create prosperity for yourself. So the thing that's really interesting is that, yes, there's been a Mercury retrograde also in your sign. And that doesn't mean your year ahead is doomed or you'll be going backwards or something. No. It just means to look for your treasure in something connected with your past. And I think this and because it's in your sign, the Mercury retrograde, this is something connected with your specific past, your potential, your talents, your gifts, something you did before, a past life connection, a past connection in some way. Some dream that you've had that you couldn't quite fulfill yet. And guess what? This next year ahead absolutely could be the right time to do it. So yeah, this can absolutely be about rediscovering a dream that you have carried in your heart for years. The vault of your heart isn't just full of gold. It is full of forgotten treasures, or treasures for someday. Maybe a business idea, a creative project, a move, a relationship, your life purpose, your calling, a lifelong wish. A dream from your past is a treasure that gets to come out of the vault. And it's big ship energy with that 3 of Wands twice. Because what comes after the 3 of Wands? The 4 of Wands, the joy and the celebration that you have built this thing. You have manifested this. It is happening. So let us see. This Mercury retrograde in your sign. And that's the thing too. Like, Mercury retrograde in Cancer can be a lot about memories. So there could be some sort of memory that triggers a desire in you that maybe you forgot about for a while. It's very possible. All right, let us see. What do we need to know about this stuff? Wow, 3 of Swords. And the 9 of Coins. We just had her before. King of Swords. The Magician. And the Chariot again. We have your will showing up here very strongly. That's the Chariot. Also the Magician here, your life force, creative energy, your ability to call the shots, to be on a new road, to be on a new path. And the thing I like here is this King of Swords. I really do, because it is telling me that you're not putting up with any shenanigans. Now, of course, Mercury can be connected with the swords, its thoughts, its communications. Of course, we are talking about Mercury retrograde in Cancer, your sign, but you know what I'm saying here. But this King of Swords is like this steely resolve in your heart to not take any nonsense and to speak your words into concrete existence. This is a commanding mindset. This is powerful thought that is going on here into what? Into this path where you call the shots, and also into prosperity, because here's the Virgo again, your 3rd house of your mind. Now, I think this 3 of Swords is interesting because yes, it can be a heartbreak from the past, but everything's a metaphor. Sometimes for me, a 3 of Swords can simply be a blockage. Something got in your way. What got in your way? Somebody telling you something about yourself and you believed it, like something negative, and then you didn't go for a dream. That has happened to so many of us, where somebody thinks they can criticize us. We take it to heart, right? This 3 of Swords. And then it becomes this blockage that we live with maybe for many years. Oh, you can't write, or you can't paint, or who are you to think you can be a songwriter? Or who are you to think that you can be successful in losing weight and going to the gym, like, because you're a klutz and you just like to eat too much or whatever. Okay. No, I'm not saying those from personal experience. Okay. Those are just top of mind, whatever the case may be. And you're like, no, I'm inherently valuable. You are stepping into such a strong sense of your own value. I think more than you ever have maybe in your whole life with this energy that is coming up here. You're like, I deserve this. I am building this. I am focused on this. I am manifesting this. It is in my control and in my power. And I am aligned with it. Let's not forget, double aces of cups. I am so aligned with this emotionally now. I am not letting this old story of this 3 of Swords stand in my way anymore. Because that can be Mercury retrograde. The old stories that can keep us stuck. That's another thing. And revisiting them and looking at them and saying, no, thank you. No more of that. I am not buying into that anymore. So your mindset here is like, I'm going for the gold. I'm going for my personal paradise. What makes me happy? My mindset is totally aligned with abundance. And I am not taking any shit from anybody. That's this King of Swords in your heart. And also this Magician. And also this Chariot. So I really think the whole key message here is that the treasure is you. You may not have realized that before. Maybe you didn't believe it. I think this year ahead is really going to show you such enormous potential and growth within you. Yes, it will require changes. Yes, you are stepping into several new paths. I think new roads you're going to be going on to, yes, discover yourself. A person or situation may get left behind, but it is time for that because you can't leave yourself behind anymore. So let's close out our reading here with this beautiful water sign deck and get a final message to bring your birthday reading year ahead to a conclusion. All right, Cancers, let's see what we have for you. We have, wow, oh my gosh, look at this. She who flows, ease, being open to change. Go with the flow of life. Go with the flow of your life. What you want. What are your true desires, the potential, the dreams that you have within you? You are in command of that in the year ahead. You are in charge of where and how you are flowing through life and having these beautiful opportunities align so wonderfully with your own energy. And yes, the prosperity is there. We had a 9 of Pentacles finally, didn't we? And we had her twice. Because you know what? You need water, you need flow to make these plants grow, to make your pentacles grow. So keep that in mind in your year ahead. If it's not flowing and you're forcing it, that is not watering your garden of prosperity. Your emotional alignment is so important in your year ahead. So Cancers, thank you so much for joining me. Would love to hear from you in the comments. How's your energy going to be flowing for your year ahead? What are you flowing toward? What do you want these 9 of Pentacles to represent in your life? I would love to hear. If you got value out of the video, please do consider giving this a thumbs up, a hype. Help the channel grow. Share it out with a fellow Cancerian friend who could benefit from its messages. Thank you very much. I will see you again soon. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful birthday. If it hasn't happened quite yet, and if it already happened, again, happy, happy birthday. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.